We are the Team Brainstormers, and this is our sustainable transport presentation, Greenway. The outline of our presentation is elevator pitch, business model and financing, environmental aspects, where to start, and internationalization. Don't you hate how expensive the public transport is? Well, we have an eco-friendly solution to that. We offer the smartest, healthiest, and eco-friendliest app. Track your steps, bike, return your plastic waste to our recycling points, and get a good discount to public transport. Sounds good, right? Well, living healthy is becoming more and more popular in the general population, so maybe it's time to take it to the next level. 67.3% of EU population use smartphones, so let's give them a chance to use these phones to benefit their health. And to the rest, we offer a digital watch with the same app. Oh, and you probably also wonder, how much money can such a great idea generate? Well, a lot. We plan to sell our app and watches and cooperate with the transportation companies by getting them more car user clients, so the profit chances are endless. And if you ask what is the potential to enter different countries, huge, because we don't offer pricey changes. So hey, let's ditch the car.
Our business model is based on value co-creation. Turku, Finland is our testing place for this idea because the city has a good infrastructure for public transportation and people acknowledge the importance of sustainable development. Firstly, we cooperate with Foley, the Turku region's public transportation operator. Our idea promotes people using public transportation or walking or using bikes by reducing the ticket fee based on the app tracking results. It will help to increase the number of customers using Foley services. However, the revenue of Foley would decrease because the expense for discount tickets. In turn, we will compensate that fee by sharing 80% our revenue from selling apps. Moreover, the expenses for healthcare of the city would decrease, so it would benefit both parties. Secondly, we cooperate with return package companies in Turku, Palapa, to implement the recycling points. Palapa is a non-profit organization and they implemented some recycling points in supermarkets. When they cooperate with us, the return rate will increase from 92% to 98% due to its convenience for citizens. This benefit would cover the fee for setting up recycling points. The main reason why we want to cooperate with Palapa is adding the value for our app, not for profit. Our main revenue will come from two sources, selling Greenway apps and selling Greenway watches. Firstly, in order to activate the app to track their steps, or using for returning plastic waste, the users need to pay around €7 per month, same price with one-day ticket. We keep 20% revenue from selling apps and 80% revenue of it will be paid to public transportation company Foley to cover the discount. Secondly, we sell the Greenway watches, which are compatible with the application, and we are finding investors to invest on our Greenway watch. We start with the standard product, which costs €169. This watch can be used as a bus ticket, returning plastic waste device. It also can track the steps and the heartbeats for customers. We will contract with Samsung to produce watches with unit price of €40, 30% of our sale price. Our watch will be sold inside the Foley office and online. Here is our break-even point analysis. We expect to have profit after 2.5 months. We are seeking €500,000 for a 20% stake. We will spend 40% for production, 20% for marketing, 20% for R&D, and 20% for operation.
After showing you the financial aspect of our great idea, we have to concentrate about one aspect that is really important to our clients, the environment. As humans and as businesses, we need to change things to save the planet, or at least try. So with my colleague, we found several ideas to help the environment. Indeed, we know that diesel and fuel pollute a lot and reject CO2. So we need to find ideas to attract people who use the car to use now the public transport. With our application, first, we motivate people to take public bike or walk, or why not to run, because of the sport tracker who give motivation or advice to the consumer. Consequently, that reduces the amount of pollution. In function of each consumer, the app will give the better advice to achieve their goal. It can be reduce its carbon footprint, lose weight, walk and run the summer to earn discount on the winter, reduce CO2 pollution, or avoid health problems. Second, and maybe most important, well, to make money, we incite people to take the public transportation with a great idea. So, let me introduce this idea. Today, in addition to CO2 pollution, we also have another type of pollution. Plastic pollution because of the plastic waste. And we know that one way to encourage people to take the public transport is to decrease the price of the tickets. So, if we build recycling points near to the bus station, people can return their plastic waste and recycling. This is really good for the environment. And, thanks to that, they obtain discount save on the application for their tickets. More they recycle, more they have discount. It's a good idea in terms of environment, but also in terms of money. If we motivate people to take the bus for a good reason and less expensive than before, that will increase our popularity. More people are going to speak about our eco-friendly idea and more people will try this. We will earn much more money because people are going to change their mind. And it's also good for a social reason. The population will have the impression to contribute to protect the environment, and there will be thanks for that. We can introduce more stakeholders to our project, and it can also become a society project or maybe a world project. For this to be more than a dream, we need now to talk about another important aspect.
Obviously, the location plays a significant role in launching the service. We want to start the product launch from Turku. The location advantages in Turku lie in the city's well-built infrastructure and size. The Turku area has around 320,000 inhabitants, of whom we could consider around 150 people to be in our target market. In the estimation, we excluded children and people living far away from the city and not being able to use the public transport feasibly. Hence, the city offers enough potential for customers to test the business model and for us to reach the break-even point. After launching the product and service in Turku and developing it based on customer response, we can launch the service in Helsinki. In Helsinki, the target market is larger and the public transport system is wider. Hence, we will have to develop the algorithms in the app to meet the new target market. However, since both cities are in Finland, we can use more or less the same business model to attract the public service providers. After the app and the watch have been establishing market share in Helsinki, we can start internationalizing. Due to location-specific advantages, we could first internationalize to Stockholm and then the rest of the Scandinavian capitals, Oslo and Copenhagen. Afterwards, we can move towards Baltic capitals, Tallinn and Riga, for example. In the process of internationalizing, we need to internalize the most important part of the business that creates the competitive advantage for the company, the algorithm behind the app. Moreover, we need to connect with the local public transport companies to show how the app and the watch can shift people from individual driving to eco-friendlier options while generating more revenue by co-creation. The watch production will be outsourced and manufactured in Asia due to low production costs. However, the app compatibility and the technology is internalized and produced by the company. Additionally, we need to cooperate with the public transport companies so that ticket readers can read the tickets from the watches.
Thank you for your attention.